And so it begins. I received this text message about 2 hours ago. Greetings, you have been selected to pick cotton at the nearest plantation. Be ready at 12 a.m. November 13th.
Is for people in the Seattle area, surrounding areas. I got this text twice. It reads,
Good morning. So, after getting that text message yesterday, I already got messages in my personal inbox talking about, oh,
Hey my people, Gracie here once again. Welcome back to the channel. I am hoping that from wherever you guys are watching this from, you are doing all right, and God has preserved you and protected you very well. To you that usually and continuously give support to the channel, that really means a lot to me. Thank you so very much for your support. We do have an interesting episode. I think the US just concluded its election, and it's interesting to see the things that are coming out right now. Of course, we know that there is racism in the US, but we never expected it to really be this strong like it is right now, to an extent that you do have a lot of black students that were threatened and they were allocated to different groups or plantation or slave plantation groups, and they received these messages on their phones, and a lot of them were really scared. With one of the universities, the main major black university in Tennessee, also burned down. I don't think that we can take these things as a joke. But guys, we are going to see the different people that received these messages and what this did to their mental, and what other people that never received the messages but saw this and they decided to actually react and respond to this. Let's watch this first. We will come back and definitely talk about it.
and so it begins. I received this text message about 2 hours ago. Greetings, you have been selected to pick cotton at the nearest plantation. Be ready at 12 a.m. November 13th, 2024, sharp with your belongings. Our exclusive slaves will come get you in a brown van. Be prepared to be searched upon arrival to plantation. No personal belongings allowed. This is a fresh start. You are Plantation Group C. Now, initially, when I looked at this, I was really shook a little bit because I do social justice movement organizing, political organizing, where I critique oppressive systems and white supremacy and all of that. So I was like, was this intentional? But then I heard from two friends in different states that their children, teenagers, also received this crazy ass message. But we got it today, the day after Election Day. The boldness is real.
Greetings, you have been selected to pick cotton at your nearest plantation. Be ready at 12 a.m. November 13th sharp with your belongings. Our executive slaves will come get you in a brown van. Be prepared to be searched down once you have entered the plantation. You are in Plantation Group D? Bitch, I got switched. You all know the election happened last night and Donald Trump ended up victorious. And I have nothing to say about this, besides this may just be one of the funniest campaigns I've ever seen. Memes, this election is top tier. Kamala girl, I did my part, I voted. Huh. Give this shit up to God. That's exactly how I feel. Donald Trump in elections versus women. Got that boy going 30 for 30. He do not lose. I don't know why, but he don't. All jokes aside, I've been seeing the slavery memes saying we finna go back to shackles and chains, going to the plantation, doing all that other shit. One thing I know for a fact, nigga, I'm not my ancestors. This shit will go up in this bit. No matter who you voted for, red or blue or white, I personally don't give a fuck. Only thing I know for a fact is that this shit is in God's hands. So there's no reason to worry or stress about any of the shit that's going on in the office.
When I tell y'all the shit is starting already, they're already starting. I already got messages in my personal inbox talking about, oh, well, you're going to be slaves again. Thank God, blah, blah, blah. But look at the message that my sister got last night. My younger sister, somebody sent this to her phone. And she immediately messaged me because she was like, I don't know what this is. I don't know who this is. And they put her name and everything in it. And I tried to call the number. I'm going to leave the fucking number. I'm going to show the screenshot. I tried to call the number and nobody fucking answered. And I feel like it's one of them text-free, anonymous fucking numbers. So if anybody knows how to find out who the fuck this person is or track them, please let me know. Please let me know because, y'all, I'm livid. Look, this is exactly what the message said.
She was sent this last night, somewhere around like 7 o'clock, 7:55, whatever it says, and they put her full first name on it. I tried to call the number. It didn't. Nobody answered. I feel like it was one of those fucking text-free numbers, one of them fake numbers that whatever. So I tried to call them. Nobody answered. And now I'm going to sit here and show y'all. So if anybody knows any way how to get in to figure out who the fuck this is, please let me know. Because you're not about to sit here and threaten my fucking family, bitch.
You see this shit? This shit is not real. And they talking about y'all need to go to hell. Like, bitch, are you crazy? Bitch, are you crazy?
Okay, y'all, so I go to Texas State University, and this is currently what's going on at my school. They have signs everywhere saying that kind of stuff. Recently, like last week, they said they had signs all over San Marcos saying, okay, I don't know why it stopped, but it said, if you voted for Kamala, we will find you. Basically, KKK organization stuff. And this is getting out of hand. So this is our friend, and currently a building is on lockdown because of this. And all I'm saying is this is going to get worse if we as a whole and a collective do not decide to stand up and fight against this inhumane society that we have.
My fellow Americans, let us take a moment to pledge allegiance to this beautiful silk press and blowout in honor of our girl Kamala. Now that we've gotten that out the way, as an esteemed millennial, I've seen a black president run it back twice. I've seen a female vice president of color save the ethnic drama for your mama. Never in my days did I think I'd see a string of text messages talking about going back to a plantation. My God, that's something. Y'all are so silly though. Somebody said the YNs would never go for that. World War III would commence expeditiously, as it should. Save this for the history books because this might show up there. But millennials, we've seen enough.
Only one day after the election, racial text messages are being sent to black college students all over the United States. But specifically, this story popped up because of University of Alabama. But as it goes on, black students all over the United States are receiving these text messages. You can see this here, the text message right there. I'll give you a second to read it. And yes, they send them to black students. Nobody knows how they know that these specific students are black, and they are addressing them by name. So in addition to these text messages, this was another thing that happened at University of Alabama. This young lady was walking outside of her dorm when she saw two MAGA men shouting in support of President Donald Trump, and they started yelling at her and calling her racial slurs, said to go back where she came from. Even though I'm born here and I'm American, she added. They appeared to be students. Another student who received the messages, Genesis Russell, she said that they were dehumanizing. It was just very disgusting to me, especially with knowing how the election played out, just knowing that there are people who saw their election results and thought, okay, now's the time to do something like this so quickly, and we're already seeing the violent repercussions of this is what our next 4 years is going to be like.
Good morning. So after getting that text message yesterday, I did reach out to the FBI. I sent a tip to the tip line, and I also reached out to a local county commissioner who talked about filing a police report, but I actually don't think it's going to be helpful to file a local police report because it seems like it's widespread. So I think the FBI tip line was great. But I also am in community with my state attorney, and he is on this case to figure out what he can do to see what's going on. I also live in Florida, and I got my girls Smith and Wesson, and I know how to use them, if you know what I'm saying. So I'm fine. I'm okay. I will be okay. I'm more concerned about all of the young people that are getting this. I've heard that young people, college students on college campuses across the country have received this. The two young people I know are both 15-year-olds. One's in Massachusetts, the other's in Georgia. Teenagers are getting this text message. This is being shared to young people, and I'm concerned about how they are internalizing this and processing this and still having to go to school the next day. Because I will say, like, it's wild to receive something like that. It's absurd, and I'm prepared to absorb these kinds of hits because of the work that I do. I run a political C4 called Future Coalition, right? And I do political PAC work. I'm not scared. I grew up going to NAACP meetings, okay? I am a student of Kwame Ture, of MLK, of Angela Davis, of Bayard Rustin. I'm not scared. But it is disturbing to know that this is what's going on.
Let me get this straight. A historical black college burnt to the ground in Tennessee. You have black people coming forward saying they're receiving text messages from anonymous numbers telling them that they are group A, B, and C. A brown van is gonna come pick them up, take them to the plantation so they can go and pick cotton. So, blacks for Trump. We've been here before. What were you thinking? Did you think it was going to be different? And then you have Matt Walsh on X, who went in today and admitted, who said, now that the election is over, we can tell you Project 2025 is the agenda. LOL. We told you all along. But no, all of you women are like, actually, I had some men too. Trump had nothing to do with Project 2025. That's not the agenda. That is not an agenda. I don't know what you're talking about. You're an idiot. And then also today you have Nick Fuentes on his podcast calling us the B word and saying, men win again. Your body, my choice. That's what he said. Oh, and he said forever. So, yeah, so you've got this extreme white nationalist on his podcast. Just super excited that they get to take over our bodies.
My question is, how could this even be okay? Like, to be specific, these messages are not being sent to anybody else, but rather to black students and black people in particular. I think this goes on to show you that they never consider or look at black people in America as Americans. Because if they are the only people that have to be threatened, as if they are the only ones that are going to be that voted for Kamala, that really does not make sense, because you do have a lot of other people that voted for her. And my question is, why is this only coming to black people, non-Asians, non-Indians, not anybody else, specifically black people? As if black people are the biggest population, and if they decided to vote for Kamala, like, she would win. In fact, you do see a lot, like this lady, I don't know if she's Asian, and she's blaming black Trump supporters. She's like, if you voted for him, what were you expecting? Her loss is not, the loss of Kamala is not because black people did not vote for her. In fact, majority of them voted for her. But people refuse to acknowledge that there is a white supremacist agenda that is running the country, and that, sometimes it's beyond the power of black people to even change anything. That's the thing. Even if Kamala would have been, voted for, I feel like they still would have used her. But the thing is, for me, this is the same country that does not acknowledge that racism happens or racism is even there. Some of these people are very dismissive of these things. If this thing happened to white people, like, I think it would be like literally everywhere. It would be spreading everywhere. But this is not being talked about. And I don't know if people think that this is a joke, because I'm not going to sit here and pretend that this is, it was just a threat by people that are just, really in their feelings. I don't think it is like that. That's how lynchings happen. That's how black businesses got burned down. That's how, like you saw, Tennessee Black University was burnt down, and then on all colleges, these black students are receiving all these messages with written cards all over the campuses, to an extent that there's actually people that are saying that some elementary kids also received some of these messages and they were found crying. So this is not a joke, and I'm wondering, how can this be okay? Like, what are they even doing in the midst when there's a group of people that is being harassed, that is being like literally threatened? But I think again, it goes to show you the kind of people that the palm colored people are. They are cowards and they rely on that. I think for their entire life, they've relied on using and applying force whenever things do not go their way, because I think they thought that if things do not go our way, we are going to have to take matters in our own hands. If you do that, you're the worst coward. You're the worst coward. And then the question is, how long are you going to be having this power in your hands to start controlling and manipulating, the society? I don't believe in any of these candidates and stuff like that, but honestly, what happened in these campaigns, it was so full of division. I think you guys have seen it. Like, it's very clear and very evident that there's been a lot of division. There's been a lot of racial threats to people of color, specifically black people, not Asians, not anybody else, black people. And that goes to show you that they don't like you. They never acknowledge you as one of them. US takes such, big pride in fighting for countries that are oppressed, in fighting terrorists. But in the same group, like in the same country, you do have groups like that. Who is the worst terrorist if you can literally threaten nationals and tell them, we are taking you back? Like, if you have not even curbed that group, then you call yourself the freedom fighter and how you are such a superpower. Deal with your issues in your house first. And that's why people hate US, because it is such a bully. Everything is not all put together in their houses, but then they want to teach others of human rights when your own people, their rights are being violated in their own country. If Jews get threatened, yes, then it's going to take action. If Asians get threatened, yes, it's going to take action. But what actions are they taking right now that these people are literally under fear and under threat? You do have brothers and sisters that are saying, well, we are not our ancestors. If you think you're going to do this nonsense, it will go down. And I promise you it will go down, because you are dealing with people that have nothing to lose. They lost everything. They lost everything. Even when they try to work and build things from scratch, you still take away from them. I don't know about you, because you probably have a country that you are so scared of losing. But these people, at least they will, die fighting. Which country is not even yours? Like, for goodness sake, when will these people ever accept that the country they call theirs is not theirs? That they stole it? Literally fighting for what you stole, and you're like, I stole this, nobody else is supposed to. It's not like when black people come in power, they are going to. I think this is like literally a very clear example of how U.S. white supremacy is still on the top, and how they are still deeply rooted in misogyny and sexism, and they literally wouldn't allow a woman to rule. It's not that I support the woman, but it bothered them, and like they could not rest. Man, it's really, really disturbing to see these things. This was the most divisive campaigns in election that I've seen from like a perspective of an African woman. I mean, Trump is made it obvious that he's divisive and period, but neither does Kamala stand for the right thing. So I feel like, I don't know, like, if you are in the US, did any of your people get this? And how did you guys handle that? Stay safe, because I always say on this channel that sometimes you deal with humans in the flesh, but in spirit you are literally dealing with demons. And these demons are looking for blood to suck. And you, as a child of God, as a child of the Most High, it's time for you to protect your people, protect your peace, and shut these demons up, because they do not have power over you. That's the reality. You do have more power over them. What are your thoughts? This is literally terrible. It's a bad reflection on the US in general, and in the palm colored community, because none of the palm colored is coming to say anything about this. And that goes to tell you that they believe exactly in white supremacy, and now they are about to actually head to Project 2025. Those of you that already know what is in Project 2025, you know it's not aiming for anything good for the black community. But you guys, let me know what you think in the comment section, because man, things are getting out of hand even when Trump won, but still these people are doing these things. Subscribe to the channel if you have not, and you guys, I'll see you in another amazing video. My name is Gracie and I love you. Peace.